All right. Welcome to the podcast, guys. Caught you mid water drink. Thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate it. Why don't you give the guys a quick intro who you are to the camera?
After you.
Thanks, Ryan. I'm Bryn Fredholm. I'm almost 5'10". I grew up in Tauranga. I live in Auckland 2 years. I got a... How much detail should we go into? I got a degree, and I've been making videos with Ryan for 2 years.
Cool. My name is Ryan. I'm the taller half of kind of a big deal. Bryn and I've met at school in Tauranga, went to uni together in Dunedin, and second year in Auckland.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Making content.
Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for coming on. And as I said off camera, I want to know where this all started. So 2 years ago, you guys just said, so tell me that journey. Where did it start? How did it start? Why did it start?
It started not out of... it actually started with a business purpose rather than our own sort of... we enjoyed it, but it was our mate started a business called Flatpack, and it was delivering beds to students pretty much, and wanted to just get some more engagement with the student community, and said, just make a video a week.
Yeah.
And we just did it because it was fun.
Yeah.
And we got paid an extra X amount. Just been on,
I think we were lucky because like our first video we made was a giveaway, and it went quite viral in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, we can actually, this is fun, and it went well. So it just pushed us to keep doing it. Yeah. Whereas if that first one didn't go well, we probably would have been like, we probably would have still done it, but it definitely helped, I think.
You could have had like a more inflating first video.
Yeah, nice. How big did it go?
It got so many shares, like for $1,000 giveaway.
Yeah.
The exposure was just
It was like the first video giveaway that we'd seen.
Yeah.
And I remember they posted it and we were playing basketball, and we came back afterwards and it was like everyone's Instagram story was just Bryn's face with this briefcase. And we were like, holy shit.
And I had this disgusting little mustache there.
I love it.
But that was the start of it.
Yeah.
And then...
Was that on Flatpack's, their socials, or was that on your... Yeah, it was on their stuff,
Yeah, they sort of just gave us a bit of money, help us buy some food at uni and some beers.
Yeah, nice.
And we just made a video a week for the rest of the year.
Cool.
They'd give us like a brief outline or some topics, and we just went to work and got creative.
Yeah. And that was all you were doing at that stage, just making their stuff?
Studying part-time as well.
But you weren't doing like your own stuff at that time?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. We had like a flat Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
And we post like eating challenges and like just like stuff that just for our own entertainment and our close friends, but nothing that would probably attract a wider audience than just our mates.
Yeah, nice.
But
how did it evolve? Like, how did it go from that to, or what was the next stage of it after that? You did that for a year, so then what happened?
We, coming up the end of fourth year, finished our degrees. It was about that time where everyone's like applying for grad roles, and we had a few offers from a few other companies saying, could you do that for us? And we were like, shit, we could just try and get as many clients as we can. Yeah. It's so much fun making videos. And if we get X amount of clients, we can live off that. Yeah. And just sort of took a few on and just started getting on the LinkedIn grind, messaging, just DMing anyone and everyone. Yeah. And it picked up more work, and it's just been really like sporadic work since, I guess, just like doing odd jobs for different businesses and stuff.
Yeah. How did it evolve from doing it from other people to doing it for yourself? How did that happen? Because were you guys like the talent in these other guys' stuff as well? Like when you're doing it?
Yeah. When we started off, we were like, oh, we can star in every video. Yeah. And we're like, oh, this is great. We can just come up with it, act in it, and it's easy. But we figured, I was actually going for a hike up north, and someone said, in the middle of nowhere, and this guy was like, walked past, hadn't seen anyone in like 5 hours, walked past this guy, and he looked over his shoulder and he goes, are you the oat guy? Because we did videos for Haraway's oats, and great oats, and I was like, the oat guy. I was like, it's not bad, but I think
no shade on Haraway's.
No, absolutely no shade on Haraway's, but I was like, fantastic oats. Cheers, Peter Cox. And but I think having your own brand was something that I was like, oh, maybe that would be a bit cooler. So we then sort of moved to like casting other people.
Yep.
And being the face of our own brand, and that's where that sort of moved to.
Okay. Yeah. When did that channel start?
Started last year-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
A bit later.
Yeah.
But like we only really started focusing on it
Almost like
towards the end of last year.
Yeah.
And was that mainly started on TikTok? Was that where you made, or Instagram? Or both? You just do both?
Same time, yeah.
Same time.
Both.
Yeah, working on the both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like we were doing so many videos for other clients that we weren't posting much on our page.
Yeah.
Until the end of last year, where we were really like, all right, let's just stop acting in other people's content and do our own.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. And what's it been like from a, like, how do you do this? How do you get to the point of like, how much are you doing? How often does it go out? I know that we talked off camera the other day and you said it's been a bit sporadic, but like, what's the goals? Like, how do you try to, when you went in to start this, what was the plan? Was it just go for it and try shit, or did you have a plan that you set out to achieve, or was there like some strategy behind it? Like, what was it? How'd you get going?
Not heaps of strategy.
Nah,
not really.
Threw shit at a wall.
Yeah. I think we just like got a lot of inspiration from Inspired Unemployed.
Yep.
And we're like relatable videos.
Yeah.
That engages people and just put your own sort of spin on it. But we didn't post much to start with. And yeah, once we had a couple of videos go viral, we're like, well, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so then we just picked it up, and I think just aiming to be consistent.
Yeah.
Whereas at the start it was no strategy, but now we've like strategized it a bit more and try and get out X amount of videos per month.
Yeah.
And I think it's starting to work now, especially collaborating with other people.
Yeah.
It's been huge.
Helps a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess the end goal is sort of just keep persisting at it.
Yeah.
Trusting the process.
Yeah.
And one day, hopefully, we could just live off it. Doing cool brand deals and maybe have our own brand product or whatever it is.
I mean, when you look at those guys, like you brought up before, the Inspired Unemployed guys, like, I mean, those guys fucking absolutely cracked it, didn't they, with what they did?
Everything about it,
yeah.
I mean, what they doing their first year on that, like 50 mil or something in better beer. I mean,
it's crazy.
It's outrageous.
Yeah.
And so if you think about their like sort of trajectory and growth and what they've done, like for you guys, that's like a solid path that you'd want to follow, like that style, like what they've done. And then in terms of like building their own brand, but also working with getting brand deals and doing lots of stuff.
I think we've always said like it's quite hard to plan stuff in this space.
Yeah.
Like you can wake up and get the most random offer and just jumping on all the opportunities that come our way.
Yeah.
Seeing where it takes us. But I mean, we have a rough sort of idea.
Yeah.
But don't want to just like say.
Yeah. Don't want to lock yourself into something, right?
Not just now, but yeah.
Yeah, you got to keep those options open. It's the same with us too. Like I have all these like big hairy goals that we're sort of going after, and sometimes real big BHAGs. Yeah. And a lot of the guys will go, like they'll hear me say, "Oh, we should go do this thing," and a lot of them better now because they know, because we talk about it a lot. But they're like, "Oh fuck, Sam wants to go do this thing. Let's like work towards the thing," and then I'll come back a week later and be like, "Why the fuck are we doing that?" "Oh, you said it last week." It's like, "Oh, I was just talking shit. Like I was just saying stuff. Like we actually got to wait to respond to the things that come to us, you know? Because like you do enough of this shit, right, and things just fall in. You guys would have seen that, right? Shit just falls in your lap.
Yeah.
What's been some of the crazy stuff that's happened since you've done this? Because like you've been getting some videos that go off, and you've been being able to build a pretty decent following from that without even being that consistent, right? Because you guys have been up and down doing work, so it's been pretty good. What's been the most surprising part about this journey so far?
I reckon like how much you grind for like a period of time and you seem to get nowhere. Yeah. And then like something happens and then it just like
goes off.
It goes off.
Like with some videos, we spend so long planning these videos and they're like, it's like a masterpiece. Yeah. And it just completely flops. And then like that one Big Bros, I just walked out of a shop wearing a huge puffer vest and it got 1 million views.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's like the most simple, unplanned things that just happen to go the best.
That video, I was cracking up when I was watching that because I was like, because you can see all around it, and I know because like we make content too, and I was like, I bet you didn't even think about that video.
Not
really.
I
bet you just did it.
We were in Panmure getting some tahini for Bryn.
Yeah.
And I glanced in the shop, and on the back wall was this massive puffer vest, and I thought, I've just got to wear that.
That is so funny.
But we're actually meaning to go back and see if they've had any more sales.
Yeah.
Because there were heaps of comments like, where did you get this from?
Yeah.
And like people were like, oh, Pam, you're a Big Bros.
Yeah.
So be curious. They got 150 specially made for some big blokes. So hopefully there's some warm big
That's
blokes.
actually real good data, right? I actually go back and ask them, like, what happened?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Did you get an influx of sales and stuff? Even, you know, not to like capitalize on those guys, but as like a sales pitch later on.
Yeah.
Like, this is what a viral video does for people.
Yeah.
What's the, out of interest, what's your demographics of your viewers?
It is about
90-year-olds.
Probably.
Yeah, just.
what is it, like 70% male?
Yeah,
roughly.
And like 18 to 24. So
Yeah.
same age.
Yeah.
And like pretty even spread, Auckland, New Zealand, Australia, and the States.
Yeah, okay. Even spread. That's good.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So like what, 30-something% New Zealand? That's pretty crazy. Is that from follower perspective or viewership?
Follower.
Follower.
It's like some videos, like I'm pretty sure that Big Bros one, lots of views in America. People commenting about like Kanye fashion, yada yada. And then, yeah.
Because that's what we see too. Like, when that goes off, it can only go off if it's the US or UK. Like, because there's just not there's just not a million people in New Zealand that can watch that sort of video, right? It's just never going to happen. It's pretty surprising with the followers. I guess you guys, a lot of your content, you can tell it's Kiwi content, I suppose, or Australia, New Zealand content, I suppose, right? Which probably boosts that follower count. In terms of like what your like the goal is moving forward, what is the goal for this channel? Like how do you see it growing over the next little bit? Or how are you going to get it to grow?
I think consistent, just posting. I think like there's so many ideas that we've got down that are just waiting to be actioned.
Yeah, okay.
Or waiting to be built on. So like, apart from just getting better and like nailing the ideas. There's like, we'd love to go traveling in a couple of years from now, and would love to like be able to make ideas on the road. Which would be a challenge in itself, but
like go to Europe, make a video for a brand, live off that money for a bit, travel around, be cool.
Do you guys have representation for people who are like for talent agent sort of stuff, like people helping you with the deals?
We're with Born Bred
at
the moment,
and
we just sort of tell them who we'd love to work for, and they're just out there hustling for us, which is cool.
As much coming in through that
comes in, but I think at the moment, because we're quite small, we just want to try and be really organic until we have more followers to charge more.
That's the right amount.
Can't really be picky at this point. And like we know that. And like would definitely prefer just to have the right brand. Works for both of us. And not counting on sponsored deals to bring home the bacon just yet. Because it's a little while away. But
it's like there's a real like gap in it too, like to make lots of money on sponsored deals, like to make enough to, especially for two people to live on, right? Because a lot of creators are on their own. It takes ages, like especially on TikTok, because it's like the brands haven't caught up with the reach and the understanding of TikTok yet, so they're not willing to throw the same money that they throw at Instagrammers. People still think that 10,000 Instagram followers is better than like 500,000 TikTok followers, or like or viewership, even though we're calling it viewership. They just think, oh no, it can't be the same, because they haven't really caught up with it. But like you're saying, like it'd be so good for you guys to get that data. Like I'd love to know if you find out what that was, because like it's that piece of people. Brands don't think you can convert people on TikTok. Like they don't think people will go and convert, which we know they can. We've proven it multiple times. Like I don't know if you ever saw ours with the questions t-shirts that we did. So like we sold 55 of those. They're $90 each. It was fucking stupid. And I always bring up the story because of how dumb it was. You know, there was like 400,000 people watched the video, 40,000 people went to the website, 4,000 people added it to cart, and then 55 people bought it, which isn't a big conversion, but it was a fucking joke product. Like you should no one should have bought it. Like it was dumb. It was $90 for a print on demand t-shirt. Comic Sans. You know? The t-shirt, if you see it, it's in the I don't know if you've seen
In
it.
the
It's
bathroom?
Yeah,
the
is it
bathroom.
quite plain? Does it just say?
It's terrible.
I
Like-
bought 3 of them out.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate.
All 55.
Yeah.
was Ron.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
So fucking stupid, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so.
We're both wearing them underneath.
Yeah, you got them on. Yeah. No, it's like, it's one of those things that what we did it for was, I mean, we weren't trying to make profit. I mean, made no profit on that. It was like $10 a t-shirt or something you made because of the print on demand services and whatever. But what it shows is that conversion piece. And so then you go to brands, because at the end of the day, it's money talks, right? Like if you can show, hey, see this? Like these guys aren't even a chain. People had to go to Panmure to get this. So it was a real select people of this 1.1 million who could buy it. And this is how many we sold. Imagine if you're a global chain of you're Zara or whatever, whatever those brands are that are everywhere. What would the conversion rates be?
Yeah.
That sort of data is a different story. Like then people are just, and if you're real confident, you go in with like a, like in Europe, what you'll find. So we work with like a agency over in Edinburgh, and they do TikTok Shop a lot, right? Because that's all launched in UK where you can just buy in the video.
Yeah.
So you guys would have had a button in there. You could have bought one of those those vests right then and there in the video while they watched it. And so they do that a lot. And what they say over there is that because that system, what happens is that you can you buy it, and you as a creator will automatically get a cut of the sale straight then and there, like in the video, right? Because TikTok takes care of it all.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of them do. So if you can do that, that's how you do it. Like, and if you're going to go to Europe, that's something to think about because you can. I didn't realize this, but he was saying to me that all you have to do is you have to go put an application in with the TikTok Shop UK and run a store out of UK. There's some technical stuff like you have to register a business there and all this sort of crap. But there are ways to do that as Kiwis.
It's interesting.
Is that only available?
At the moment, yeah. It'll roll out worldwide, but they test their market and all that sort of stuff. And it will be. It's in Indonesia as well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
No, it is in Indonesia because they're the second largest TikTok audience in the world, Indonesia, after the US. And so they're putting it in there. But imagine that. Imagine like getting it all registered, UK, finding a bunch of products that you like, you believe in and that you could have in all your shit. And you just make sure they're all in it. But there's like anyone watching in Europe
can just click the button.
It'd be interesting.
That will fund your trip.
Yeah. It's big time. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to go to the UK after this.
Yeah. Just fucking
Just going to make those.
Yeah. Just big bros.
Huge undies as well.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more. So yeah, we talked about brand deals and stuff, but I think you guys are the same as us. Like that's not going to be where you make your real money long term, right? Unless it's your own product. So tell me a little bit about the business side of it, like because you started with the business first, so we had that. Now you're doing your own shit. Like, how's the business evolving? What are some of the brands you're working with? Like, what's some of the stuff that's going on? Tell us a little bit about that, Jenny.
So it sort of just felt like the natural thing to keep making content, but just without acting in it instead of going to get other work. After doing like Haraway's around for a teak, the Good Change, which was like a kitchenware place.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, surely we can still make videos that are funny, but we just get random people from Facebook or our mates to be in them. Yeah. And then, just started picking up clients like that. Yeah. Through like people we'd met on, did a lot of LinkedIn grinding.
Yeah. Tell us about that, because I always talk about that on TikTok and everyone thinks I'm full of shit talking about LinkedIn. They're like, fuck, stand on about LinkedIn again. Yeah. But tell us about your LinkedIn grind and how that. tell us the strategy, because I know we talked off camera the other day, but like, tell people a little bit about it. What'd you do?
Both on the road to 500 plus connections.
Yeah, love it.
As soon as
We're still not there.
As soon as we get there, it's just like
made it.
Yeah.
It just looks cool.
Yeah. We'll stop after 500.
Yeah.
And sort of just like wrote down a list of brands that we liked, search up the brand, and then it comes up with all the people that work there, marketing manager, ad. Just trying to, or like agencies, all of the above, and would just message them. Yeah. And it worked for a few, but...
Yeah, we talked to a few strangers. Yep. And a lot of them just seen our messages, and then a few were like, oh yeah, I admire the reach out, or have a yarn. Yeah. And it was just interesting, just trying to learn from a different perspective, like how it's done. Yeah. Because we only knew this much. Yeah. Still learning, but How
many clients did you find out of that?
Oh, maybe like 6.
Yeah, fuck.
And I think we've worked for over last year, or up until now, we've done like 15 or 16 different clients.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have just been like, we want 10 videos.
Yeah.
And then a few have been retainer, but
but so 6 of that 15 directly came from you just doing that strategy on LinkedIn.
Probably around about,
Yeah.
Fuck. And how many people do you reckon you messaged?
Oh, so many.
Yeah, but how many? 600? More than that?
About 100?
100.
Yeah.
Only 100.
Yeah.
And you got 6.
Yeah.
Fuck. I mean, you don't have to tell, but like, if you think about how long it took you to do 100 and how much money you made.
We blackmailed them.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, think about that like effort to payoff ratio. Like, I mean, you don't have to share how much you got paid, but like, I'm guessing you didn't get paid fuck all because like you guys are like talking to you the other day, you're pretty clever about what you do. So like, you want to make it worth your time, the work that you do. So it's at least worth your time. That's the first bit of what do you get paid. And it's like 100 messages. Like, how many hours is that? 1?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the people you'd get like the email address and would write like, it wasn't like the same message necessarily.
No.
Sending out to everyone.
So it's a few hours of work.
But sometimes, that was the case sometimes though, yeah.
A lot of it was like led into work way down the line as well. Like we just have the relationship.
It wasn't like this, right?
Yeah. So like it wasn't an instant. But it was good to just meet and talk to people and those relationships just helped further down the line.
Build later on, right?
In terms of like posting on LinkedIn, we'd do like maybe a 6-month update.
Yeah.
And mostly for me it was just to like, we find it so funny on LinkedIn coming from Dunedin and uni. Yeah. And then everyone goes to their professional profile and they're like, just writing like a really
it almost seems like it's a piss take. Almost.
It genuinely is. Yeah. But like, it's just for our mates to laugh at. And then like, if the right person sees it, it's also like our personality and we're doing stuff that's us. So
it's funny because everyone knows the unprofessional side of your mates. Yeah. And then seeing them sell themselves professionally is just a piss take. Yeah. Pretty much.
100%.
Kudos to you. Like all the automated messaging, it's just like effortless. Easy humor. Yeah. But there's 100% a side of LinkedIn that we probably could spend a lot more time on and get a lot more connections out of.
But I think what you've done is awesome. Like, I'm not taking a shot at you guys. I think it's fucking sick what you've done. Like, you've managed to find 6 clients by taking a real basic strategy without even trying. And the reason I bring it up is like other people watching, other creators trying to find even brand deals, right? If you didn't have talent, like if you didn't have Born Bread or anything like that helping you, you do the same thing. You just do the exact same strategy, reach out, talk to these people, like, and this is what it is. And because we do that a lot, like all our business comes from LinkedIn, even with our TikTok where it is at. But like, what I try to say to people is like, it's actually a real low level task to do. Like, it's not a lot of effort. You don't even have to get out of your pajamas. Like, you can just fucking do that from anywhere. And it can set up meetings down the line, relationships build and whatever. And as you said, it takes time for this to build. But like, if you're consistent with it and you do it weekly and without doing it like, real spammy sort of like, buy now and get 20% off or some shit. Like, you're not doing that. Like, you're just trying to build connections and meet people. And if you put some content in there too, which I think for you guys, like, because of your age and your brain you built, you just lead straight in with the funny crap. Yeah. Like, do you guys know, do you guys watch, what's his name? Hank Green?
No.
Can you throw Hank Green up on TikTok? Hank Green? Yeah. So he's one of the Green brothers. Yeah, so it's him, 7.8 mil, massive on fucking TikTok, right? He's one of the original YouTubers, right? They're the Vlog Brothers. Yeah. So him and John Green. So John's like a big author. He did like a whole bunch of like teen movies and novels and stuff. Hank is like, there's a website called DFTBA, and it's like a merch website, and it does merch for all the YouTubers. He owns it. Right. Like, he's massive. They're fucking huge. Can you go to LinkedIn? And chuck up Hank Green. The other day he put up a video up, he's like, I'm on a race to get to 1 million followers on LinkedIn. He's like, I reckon I can do this better than all these other guys. And he just started doing funny shit on it, and it's just blown up. I mean, he's already famous, so it helps. But
there he is.
There he is. Fucking right there.
Bloody bald.
That's so funny. I came up. Yeah, there he is. Go have a look at some of his content. He's oh yeah, it's just a share. There you go. I'm not sure how to say this, but in the 90s, a man invented fake dog testicles called nudicles. Hit Seymour. Yeah. So he goes on, like, he does this thing, tells you this fucked up, stupid story, and he's like, the business lesson here, of course, is that every problem, no matter how, it's potential to create a new market. So he's like taking a crack up story that's funny, like fake dog balls, and then he's like making this thing. And so he does like this is his way of doing it, because he's the fact guy. Like, if you watch his TikToks, people ask him questions like, Hank, how's this blah, 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 blah. And then he'll come and tell you how it's done. And he's become, and because he's got this channel on YouTube called SciShow, which is like a science show and all sorts of stuff. So he does this sort of thing. So he's brought humor to it. And look, he's already at 70,000. He only started a couple months ago.
Wow.
Damn.
Like, are you kidding? I've been going for 4 years. I got 13,000. You know what I mean? I mean, he's Hank Green. He is actually properly famous.
Yeah.
But
He sounds famous.
yeah.
Hank Green.
But yeah, no, it's like this one's quite funny. This is like a TV show. There's a bit of his scrotum was actually falling out the bottom of this guy's shorts in this TV show or Three's Company.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
We've all been there.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to tell you is that take that same humor you got on your channel and just fucking crack up LinkedIn posts.
Yeah.
Don't do anything different, but do it from your perspective and your journey and what you do.
Yeah, we did actually one video.
Yeah.
And it was it was actually a video, Road to 500, trying to get more LinkedIn connections.
Yep.
And it was just like all these different funny ways you could try and get more LinkedIn connections.
Yeah.
Did we post it on our personal ones?
No, that's on our Instagram.
We post it on LinkedIn as well.
Yeah, it's on LinkedIn.
Imagine if it goes viral on LinkedIn.
Who makes LinkedIn content?
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, you should take that same humor, put it into text.
Yeah.
Trust me. Don't put video up on LinkedIn. Just put it into text. Take the same humor you got. You guys can write. Just say it out loud. Record what you say. Transcribe it into text, and then clean it up to make it text. Trust me, it'll go off because no one's doing it.
Yeah.
Like no one's doing funny content on LinkedIn. It's just not happening. But people are there wanting it.
Yeah.
Like I had a guy in today who reads my content. And like I'm not funny in it, but like I'll say whatever the fuck I want. Like the way I talk to you guys is the way I talk on LinkedIn most of the time. And so, and he was just like, man, your shit's crack up. Like everyone's just this boring old like work updates and crap. And you're talking about the curly head fuck he works for you. The post I did about Connor the other day.
Yeah.
You know, and like they're like, he's like, fuck, it's just crack up like that you do. So imagine if you did proper funny stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and like people would love it.
Yeah.
And you guys, you'd get to 500 in no time. Like trust me, you get to.
Oh, we're close.
Yeah, you get
so close. Combined as well, 1,000.
Yeah.
You watch and go, buddy.
Yeah.
With us.
Yeah. If any of my LinkedIn content, I mean, by the time this goes out, you're probably at 500. So we need to get you to 1,000. But that, as we talked the other day, because when we caught up the other day and we were talking about the guys' business growth, like it shouldn't be underestimated how fast LinkedIn will do stuff. Like if you really do the math, a 6% conversion rate from a cold outreach to sales is like as high as it gets in business. Like if you go to anyone who runs ads, or especially in B2B, right? Because this is what you guys are doing. You're a business to other business. You're probably more like 0.6% conversion. Like it's probably more realistic. So your conversion rate is 10 times higher already. Like that's outrageous, you know? And the problem is that like people don't do enough of it long enough and consistent enough. So like you guys putting out all your content on TikTok is great. Like, you got to do that. Like that's regardless has to happen. But the same effort should be focused into stuff like this, of building a professional network of people who go, oh, these guys are actually legit. They actually do what they do and can build that.
Yeah.
And then when you go into new markets, you're like, hey, fuck, we want to go to Europe in a year. Well, you start now because you know how long it takes. Yeah. Like we're going to New York in 10 weeks, whatever it is. And I started it 8 weeks ago. I've already planted. When we finally made the decision, okay, we're going, I started planting all the seeds, started getting people to introduce me to the right people. And then as of next week, the proper outreach strategy will start. Like, hey guys, want to book some meetings, blah, blah, blah. I'm coming to New York, that sort of shit. Because you can't do it once you want to go. Like, it's too late.
Yeah.
It's way too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? How do you feel about doing stuff on LinkedIn? Because it is one, like, for your generation, it's like, oh, fucking LinkedIn.
No, done well.
I think it's like, if
we're
it's
there for it, absolutely. Yeah.
If it's our style and everything, like, why not?
Yeah.
Initially when we started, with our page and stuff, we're like, if we get big enough, we might get offers, and that could be like, can help form the commercial side of things as well. Yeah. Just through the exposure. But I can see. Yeah. I think it's probably not visible through looking at our Instagram page that we offer. Yeah. That we have that same offering to other brands as well, like where we don't act. Yeah.
So I think we really wanted them to be separate.
Yeah.
And it sort of started getting a bit confused, and we're like, all right, let's just act in our stuff and do that. Yeah. Because we've had so many people that want to work with us through the other side of the business, but they want us. Yeah. But we don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just put big price tags on yourself.
Yeah.
It's like, each video we're in, it's 10K a piece. Like, that's our agency fees or something stupid like that. Like, whatever the number is for you guys.
$50.
So, like, Spice a pint of Coke, you'd be sweet. But, like, putting up stuff like that, I mean, you're not going to say no. Like, you go, we can do it, but look, it is a big deal for us to do it. It stops us from working with other brands, but you make all that sort of bullshit up. And then, so this is what we have to do, because otherwise you're going to limit us on work everywhere else. Yeah. So you put a big enough price tag, they have, like, most brands will just go, nah, like, it's fine, let's get other talent. Every once in a while you just go, nah, you guys are too closely aligned with our target audience. We need you guys to be the ones. Fuck it, pay it.
Yeah.
Because, like, talent fees, like, when you get into, like, you see all the ads on TV and you see, like, billboards and all that sort of shit. Those guys get paid stupid money.
Yeah.
Like I know a woman who was they took a photo of her, put it on as the marketing for a plumbing business, national plumbing business. So she went on Vans and she went on all the collaterals and everything, right? Nothing to do with the business, just, part of the marketing. You've seen that sort of shit, right? She got paid $30,000 for that one photo.
Wow. Must have been a good photo.
That's life changing.
Nice or something.
30 grand. Are you fucking kidding me? When I saw that, I was like, what the fuck? All it is licensing. That's what it is. It's licensing her image across whatever they want for a certain period of time, and that's what they can do with it now. So they can put it anywhere that they want to put it on their brand. When you're licensing content, that's how much it costs, like, to do that. It's just the way the world works in that world. Whereas, like, when you start doing brand deals with people and they think, oh, you're just making content, it's not the same. They pay way less. But once they start to license your likeness and they want that, that's when it starts to become really valuable. And so that, if you think about it from that perspective, if you're working with a brand who's like, no, we do really want you guys likeness, like, we want you guys, they will pay it. Like, this guy over here his mate's got a real good deal, which I won't say all the numbers because he'll probably tell me off, but, like, it was 5-figure deal for these guys with a big brand, because they wanted that. They wanted those guys, they wanted their likeness and whatever, and so they threw a big number at it to get it. I mean, so, like, in that case, you'd probably take it, right? Like, someone's going to give you, well, I don't know what your guys' numbers are, but, like, if you put up a number that you're like, we would do it for that if it meant that we might lose other deals later on. You know what I mean? Because that's why you stop doing it, right? Because it's like, we can't be in everyone's.
Yeah.
So what would you have to be paid to be? Yeah, we will do it. And just float it every time. Go, this is what it would cost us, have us make the video. But if you want us to be the talent, this is our talent fee.
Yeah. Because also, like, we were thinking, initially we were like, we want it to be the right price. At the same time, we know sort of that we're not worth heaps at this rate. But having that history of, like, working with brands is really valuable as well.
Yeah.
So, like, even if it's not maybe how much we're hoping to get, we'll take it because it fits our brand.
Yeah, for
sure. Let's do it. Let's nail it. And then we've got the credibility of, like, working with all these brands.
Absolutely.
And so we'll just continuously, I think.
100%. I totally agree. I think there's it's not an or conversation. It's that, like, you do both. It's like this and that. Like we definitely have been strategic of doing videos with brands in them that didn't pay us a cent, but then went off, and then we use that video to go to the next brand. And, like, because I was doing it not so because we don't necessarily want lots of brand deals. We did it at one point in time thinking, oh, this could be easy money. And then it just was a distraction. But we wanted to see how the game worked, and we're testing stuff. And so brands did. And then they just, like, we went and they saw all that, like, oh, that's great. We want the same thing. Can you do the same stuff? So I definitely think you should do that. Like, sometimes you just want to work. a brand aligns with you, you just pretend you just put on hashtag ad.
Yeah.
The other brand's like, wait, I didn't pay you. You're like, too bad. Everyone thinks you do. There's nothing against the law of saying that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you do that, and then you've now got this portfolio of you doing brand deals, right? You'll probably, because you guys are clever, if you do it right, because if no one's actually paying you to do it, you can do it however you want. And imagine if you just get these videos that go off like 1.1 million. You're like, hashtag ad.
Yeah,
like
Tesla or something.
And then like everyone's like you'll start getting those like marketing channels. Like, look at these guys, they're so clever. Look at what they've done with all their brand deals.
Big bros, paid us.
Yeah, exactly. And you guys like, no one's paid us to do this, but now all the brands start coming in because they're like, oh fuck, we want the same thing.
Yeah.
So there is that side of it. I agree with you. Like,
when
you want things to align and you want exposure and you want portfolio building, like do it for free. I would do the same. It's just that when you're like pitching to these clients who are like, oh, we want you guys go, and that's your structure. You just go like, there'll be sometimes you're like, nah, fuck it. We want this brand associated with us where you actually are getting more out of it than they're getting because we get to be associated. Like if Nike came to me, you don't have to pay me shit.
Yeah.
Like if Nike's going to fucking say they're associated with me, I'm a Nike athlete. Like
Yeah.
bring it on. You know? Like fucking go, let's go. Yeah. But, the same thing if like Allbirds came to me, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about Allbirds. Like I don't wear Allbirds shirts. I'm not that SaaS startup founder. I don't give a fuck. And so if you want my likeness, this is what you need to pay for me to do that.
Yeah.
Because I might lose Nike, fuck if you guys come along. So that's what you're doing. Like it's those brands where you're like, I want the work, but I don't want to be the face of it unless you pay me this much money. Yeah. And honestly, don't I know you guys keep saying you're small, but like that doesn't mean shit. We have a client who's 35,000 followers in Spain. And they just got paid 18. I told you this the other day, right? 18,000 euros.
Yeah. They're getting heaps of offers as well.
Offers.
We could live off that for about 3 years.
Yeah.
18,000 euros is fuckload. I mean, it's 2 to 1, right?
Yeah.
To New Zealand dollars. It's massive.
Crazy.
They're the same. Because they live pretty conservatively too over in Spain. And where they live in Spain is pretty cheap place. They're in Logroño, so it's pretty cheap. And so they're the same. They're like, that money will take us for ages. They'll go for a long time to get them through.
I think it's good going through Dunedin and now like not having the most consistent work is that when it comes, we should be good with our money.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
But you're young and stuff and that's good, right? Like you say, like you come out of that. Like when I'm way worse with money these days than I was when I was young because when I was young, I had none. So I had to make sure every cent count. Like in like 2008 when that GFC hit, I was living in Gold Coast at the time.
Yeah.
And it was me, my brother, my cousin. We're living in an apartment. We got kicked out of the apartment. Well, we didn't get kicked out. The contract terminated. Yeah. And they wouldn't renew. And we're like, why not? And they're like, oh, because Indy's on. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, and so the Indianapolis 500 used to be in Gold Coast.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the last year it was on it. And it's fucking huge. And we were right on the track. And we had no idea. Well, these fucking Kiwi Island boys had no idea what they were doing. Signed the sleeves. They kicked us out like a week before Indy. Or they'd signed the terms to. And then no one else would rent us a place because they're like, guys, Indy's on.
True, yeah.
So we're like homeless for 6 weeks, having to live out of this place. And so over that period of time when all this shit was sort of happening, GFC here, brothers lost job, cousin, I was getting like maybe $500 a week. I was working full time, and it was as much as I could. And we had like 3 of us I had to like look after. And so we used to like, I don't know, this is a bit fucking depressing almost, but we used to like,
because depressing stories.
In Gold Coast, there's like electric barbecues on things. So those were our kitchens because we lived out of this car. But I'd just buy like 5 kg bags of chicken wings. Yeah. And we'd just like cook them all up. We had a chili bin and we'll put them all in the chili bin. And we had rice, we cooked rice, and we had sweet chili sauce. And that was our dinner. Like every night.
No veggies.
No veggies. Oh,
maybe chilies.
We had V8 juice.
Oh, true.
No. I was like,
is that like tomato?
Yeah. Vegetable.
Because it was like, it said on it, it was like 1 glass of this is 2 of your servings a day. I was like, fuck it, boys. Like, this is all we got. And multivitamin. I was like, I can't afford veggies. I can't afford the vegetables.
Genius.
So cheap rice and cheap thing. And I think when you're young like that, like, you don't give a fuck, right? Like, you don't have to, like, it's part of the fun. Yeah. Almost like, is how crazy can you make things happen?
Yeah. How little can you live off?
Yeah, exactly. Like, trying to feed 3 grown men for $40 like in a week, like
let's do it.
Yeah, like fuck, I'll go out now. Like now you go to McDonald's, you can't even get a 1 person's feed for $40 these days. You know? Like, it's pretty crazy. Like, well, maybe one of my feeds. Connor's always he's the young guy. He's got all the vouchers.
Yeah. Coupons.
Yeah, hard coupons. Yeah. He's all about the coupons. Anyway, we went off topic. So all right. So there's a few things. Tell us, like, in terms of, like, I mean, I don't know how much you want to share, but like, what is the next stages of the journey for you guys? Like, where are you going? What's the plan? What are you hoping by like 12 months, next 12 months?
Well, our goal for the end of the year was to hit 10K on Insta.
Cool.
Which is slowly happening.
Yep.
And if we can get to 100K, because like with some of the videos on TikTok, it's like one viral video, you get 20,000 followers or like more. So we're just going to keep doing it. And if we can hit that by the end of the year, we'd be stoked.
Yeah.
And planning to move to Sydney.
Yep.
Just so much more going on in that space, and like in both our side of things and getting other work.
Yeah.
So yeah, in 12 months, just, I don't know, have a consistent income, making videos for probably predominantly for other people that we're not in. And then we'll go on a big trip. We won a travel voucher last year through a video for Better Beer.
Love it. Yeah.
20K with the travel.
Yeah.
So we've spent a portion of it and put a bit aside to do like a big month, 2 month long trip.
Awesome.
Which is hopefully by then we can do the trip and maybe make a few videos on the way.
Yeah, I love it.
And then, back to Sydney probably.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We need to talk about the viral videos boosting up your followers and stuff like that. Do all these like million view ones like get similar uptick?
No. Yeah, some.
It's interesting, eh?
Yeah, like our first one got us like 3,000 overnight. It was the butter chicken one.
Oh yeah.
And that was right at the start. And then what was it? Oh, I think was it Grandpa? No, Siri.
The Siri one.
Yeah, and then the next time it was like 6,000 overnight, and we're like, it's doubled.
Yeah.
So like every time you hit a milli, does it just keep getting bigger because you've got that much more of a portfolio for them to look at to then follow you? And then we hit another milli, and it got like fucking hardly any followers. So like I don't know, it just depends on.
So what did that one do? Like 6,000? No.
Yeah.
Completely unintentional as well. We just had the idea of like when you say, "Hey Siri," everyone's phones go off, but it should be just your own.
Yeah.
And we just started the video with it, and people watching the video, their Siri went off.
Yeah.
So people were just commenting, "What the fuck, my Siri just went off," and that was completely unintentional.
Yeah. No, it was such a good video. Yeah. It was the first video of yours I saw as well.
Oh, really?
When I first saw you guys.
Yeah.
And then,
Granddaddy, Bryn's grandpa.
He's a legend.
Absolute legend.
Yeah.
Went well too.
Yeah, he's 87.
Yeah.
And he's all for it. I messaged him.
I love it.
We made a second video with him, and I was like, "Oh, Grandpa, you came to be in another video."
Yeah.
Considering the first one went so well.
Yeah.
And he replied and said, "G'day, Bryn. I would be delighted to facilitate your thespian endeavours." And I was like, I have no idea what thespian means.
I fucking love it.
And it means like, an old word for like drama or speech and drama or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, Grandpa, we're just making TikToks, you know? It's thespian endeavours.
I love it.
But
what a fucking legend.
He gets it, and he just fully gets into it. And he's so funny.
That's so good. That's
Grandpa's
so
chill like that.
Yeah. Oh, you definitely have to bring him back for more. You have to plan a thing and get like 5 or 6 when you do next with him.
Yeah. I think next time we go, we'll plan a few out. It's so easy to do.
Yeah.
And it's fun as well to just even for myself to look back on, and for my family to see. Like
100%.
I went and saw all my cousins, and they were like, "Oh, fuck, that video you made with Grandpa was hilarious."
Yeah.
So it's cool for them as well, just to see Grandpa just having a bit of fun.
It's cool, eh?
Yeah.
Going viral.
Yeah.
And it's crazy for them, like the granddad. Like we had one with my mum in it, and I think it did like 6 something mil or something like that. One of Joni's first bigger ones. And my mum was in it. We're all out here, eh? It was that one that she did the.
I wasn't. I don't think I was there.
Oh no, you weren't there that day. And anyway, someone said, I think Joni said "cunt" at some point in the video, and Mum's like reaction was like this, and like, she caught it really well, and like this whole thing. And then but what was crazy? So like, what was crazy about it was like saying to Mum was like, would you have ever thought that any time in your life that more people than the country you live in have seen you? Like that thing was pretty mind blowing, because like for us, like getting 6 million, I mean, getting 6 million views is crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy for anyone. But like it just becomes a number that you don't really contextualize very well.
Yeah.
But like that's like when your granddad was born, the New Zealand population wasn't even there.
Yeah.
That wasn't even close to that. And he's like had that many people see him now, and like
what happened when we called him up the next day? Like in 24 hours, you've got over 1 million hits, and he was like, "Oh, I suppose that's quite good for your campaign."
I love it.
Just so unaware.
Let's get him on the podcast.
Yeah, really. I'd love to have Grandpa on the podcast.
That's so good. I think that's good. Like I think like we sometimes like forget to contextualize how crazy these numbers can be sometimes. And how crazy it is to have almost 2 million people see just one piece of creative is nuts. And then you like it's real funny because like then you look at that and you're like, oh, that one only got 3,000, but that's still like I mean you had 3,000 people in front of you. That's a fucking huge crowd.
Yeah, definitely. You wake up and you're like, oh,
yeah, oh, my video bombed only 3,000 people. It's like,
I'm not funny at all.
But it's still so many people, and I think sometimes it's like we have this thing, I don't know how you guys think of it, but we think of it as like fan acquisition and fan service. And fan acquisition are these ones that we know will go off. Like the video Joni just did with me will probably do very well. We know it will. We know what they do. We know how to get the crowd to come in.
Yeah.
And that's fan acquisition, and that will bring people in. But the ones that get like the 10,000 views or whatever, those are our fan service ones where they're getting a deeper knowledge and deeper lore of who we are as a team and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And so we don't mind it anymore. Like I say to her, like, don't worry, like just it's consistency. Like just keep putting them out. They keep learning more and more about us. It's still 10,000 fucking people. Like we couldn't handle 10 more clients right now. So 10,000's huge. So you still do this because in there, like your loyal fans, that's the loyal community base, right? That builds real, and they're the ones who buy. You know, like if you think Inspired Unemployed, they're the ones who kept buying their beer. You know, they're the ones. That's not these guys. No, that doesn't mean shit. It's all these guys. You know, that keep coming back and buying stuff. So like, but I think it's important to tell because like a lot of young creators, not saying that you guys are, but especially people listening, are going, oh fuck, I can't get my videos all bombing, like. Can't repeat that 2 million view video I had. It's like 2 million is like exceptional. That's an exceptional thing, right? So what is the plan to? And I just said that that's crazy to get, but how do you think about getting more of that? What's your fan acquisition strategy?
I think we like the idea of like each video being really different. So when we get a video like that, we've made another one with Granddad, but it's like if we use them again, we want it to be a different scenario. Like it works for a lot of people, and it's. A lot of people pull it off really well, but I think drawing inspiration from Inspired, they just have done not one video is the same. And like when people finally find the page and scroll down, and they can then appreciate all the different ones. So I think, we sort of just have this shared workspace. All of our ideas go there.
Cool.
And there's just, I couldn't even tell you how many. There's so many, just random ideas.
A lot of them aren't too good. But that's where they start.
Yeah, you got to start there, right? And it develops out of that the more you let it think. What about like, how often do you have like recurring characters?
That's one thing we want to. We've done a few times. With these boomers, John and Doris, Dory. Bryn makes a fantastic old woman. And I make a pretty good older guy.
Ryan makes a horrific woman.
It's like what Superwalk does.
Hey?
Did you guys see Superwalk?
No.
Oh, Superwalk. Yeah.
That's Superwalk.
That's what he does. Same characters always come back, right?
So good.
And we want to do like
all of them,
boomer reviews on things.
Oh yeah.
And we've done like 4.
Yeah.
And it's lots of fun, but not received. I think it goes well on Instagram because that's like your loyal followers. But none of them have gone super great on TikTok. So which doesn't encourage you to go do it again, sort of thing.
But mate, like a lot of your loyal friends that know who we are, they appreciate John and Doris a lot more than someone a random.
Otherwise, no two characters are the same. Apart from when we're just ourselves, obviously.
Yeah.
We started off and we're like, let's do all these characters, and then we're like, the page is us, so let's just be ourselves a lot of the time.
A lot of the time, that makes sense. No, that makes sense, of course. And if you can make yourselves a character, then that's the same, just as good a thing, right? The only reason I bring that up is like from a follower count perspective, stories and characters, it gives you bigger things to follow back for. Like it gives you a reason to follow, like because you can come back for that thing. We found that a lot with ours. Like when we really define the Joni and Stan characters and who we are, and how we interact with each other. That's whenever that battle happened, the follower count went through the roof. Like every time a video like that did.
Like sequel.
Yeah, because they're like, oh shit, that's the next stage of that thing I saw 3 months ago or whatever, and then they start following along. Whereas like even if we get a video that goes viral or semi-viral for like anything else, it doesn't usually, even if it's our team characters, it doesn't usually go as well because that character hasn't been developed enough.
Right.
So you'll see at the moment, if you watch our Attention Seeker stuff, like we're introducing heaps of characters at the moment, like all the team, and it's been real deliberate. We know they're going to bomb for ages until people get too familiar. Like Sam in our team's like really good on camera. Like he's so fucking good, but like, so we're trying to introduce him as a character and keep him going. Yeah. And once that lands and people are like, I'm coming back for Sam, then you can start to, produce and give them a reason to follow. Yeah. So it's something to consider, like when you're doing these, like, because I think your character stuff is great. Like it reminds me, it's like Little Britain, and it's like even like what's his name, what's his name, Jackson,
Jimmy Jackson.
Fuck, sorry, completely forgot his name. When he was doing that on Facebook, he was playing his mum, or he's playing all these other characters, and you'd come back all the time to go, oh, this is funny, it's his mum, I know what this is going to be.
Kind of know what you're getting.
Yeah.
It helps. It's a reason for followership. Which followers don't really matter on TikTok because you can get 5 million views off 0 followers. But what it does, it helps the base level of views. Because they're more likely. Those people are more likely to be fed it if they're on TikTok. And we'll find that a lot. Like our base level views just goes up, just because we've got so many followers now. Which means the service content, the fan service stuff, where it's like we know it's not going to go viral, but we know it's helping them learn more about the lore of Attention Seeker. They're all going to get that. So that's why we sort of focus on followers. And from your guys' perspective, it's brand deal stuff, right? Like it's all like clout stuff.
Like if we can consistently hit, I think a few times we've had like 2 videos in a row go over 100K, and we're like, that's a good feeling. Yeah.
How was that feeling been when you started to get these million view videos and the Surrey one? That must have been.
Well, the first one was the butter chicken one, and I remember posting it and just chucking my phone down, and like that night, which normally we've seen with the ones that get over 1 million, it's like in the morning. So when you know if it's at like 100K or 200K that it might get there. But this one was just going off at night because it was relatable in New Zealand. It went well in New Zealand to start with. And there's just no better feeling. Like it's actually addicting. When
it
the
is.
video goes well, and you'll watch it like refreshing, and it's just going up and up.
Pretty cool.
The dopamine hit, eh?
Yeah.
It's so fucked. Like I do a few talks, and whenever I do a talk, and people are like, people always ask, like, are the views, do they really matter? Like, are they just vanity metrics and stuff? And I was like, oh, you've obviously never had a 5 million view video. Like, you just don't, I can't describe it. Like, before getting them, I was like, I don't really care about millions of views. And then you get it, like, all I want is millions of views. Like, just give me all the millions of views.
Especially because, like, we're just doing this purely for entertainment. Like, we don't get paid to do our ones. So when it goes well, it's like, we can. You can't do it.
Yeah. Such a good feeling. Like and it was just crazy too, like the behavior people have and what they do. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like my emails will go off because our emails are all public because we're a public business, and I need people to find my details, right? So my emails will go off, like my inbox will be just full of shit. Like, especially when Joni's doing something about getting a raise or some shit. I just got like, give Joni a raise, give Joni a raise, give Joni a raise. It's just like 1,000 emails in my inbox. I have to literally go filter emails with text, give Joni a raise, delete. Because it's just literally heaps of them. I just go delete them out because I can't manually do it. Or my LinkedIn will start going off. Things like, because it's our content, the way we design it is like it's Joni versus me, and everyone's on Joni's side. Like 90% of the people follow us are on Joni's team. And so they're all just like, fuck you, Stan. We're going to do this in spite of you. Fuck you.
Like, and they're genuine.
They're genuine.
They hate you.
Oh, it's so good. I fucking love it. They're like properly in there. And I just get in and antagonize them, and I'll be just in the comments just like fucking with them. Fuck you. If you keep doing this, I'm going to fire her just because of you. Like,
it's like willingly being the bad guy.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be funny if someone in real life comes up to you and said, "You're a fucking prick. I hate you."
Like, there's this one person, I probably won't say her name, but there's this one person who follows me on everything, right? And she saw the video that we put up with me giving Joni shit, and it looked like it was a hidden camera. and I was like really being an asshole to Joni. It was our most recent one that went to 3 or 4 million, and she like messaged me on every platform, like you're a fucking cunt, blah blah blah, like things, and I just messaged her back on the public comment. I was like, look, you've been watching our content for ages. The fact that you can't understand this was a piss take, like it's something wrong. Like we're obviously taking the piss. And I was like, but also you could just ask me, like, you've messaged me before and I messaged you back. Like, you could message Joni and she'd message you back. You don't need to publicly say this everywhere.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you publicly now, this comment hasn't aged very well. Like, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And then that was it. And then I left it. And then recently...
One unfollow.
No, she's been commenting on my stuff, like all this nice shit. Just like...
Oh, how
and
good.
like, just recently, she's like, I put one up about LinkedIn. Like, people should take me seriously, use LinkedIn. And she's like, oh, how can I do it for this piece? Blah, 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 blah. And like asking me for support. And it's just like, so she hasn't met me in person to call me a prick, but she's like every place she could.
Yeah.
She was saying, fuck you.
Yeah.
And then now she realized she was a fuckwit.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, can you give me some help?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean, I can't help myself. I was like, yeah, sure, fuck it. Because it's not,
gotta give help.
It's not her I'm giving help to. It's everyone who will read her comment.
Yeah.
You know, it's everyone else who reads her comment that I want to go, yeah, this is my opinion. 20, 30 people might read that and one of them might actually do something about it. And that's the thing I care about.
Yeah.
Rather than her. But yeah, you're right. Like there are people who just like, you're a fucking prick.
Yeah.
I was like, ah, shut up.
Yeah.
That video, people hated me after that. That was so good. I fucking
What are your demographics like?
On my personal TikTok?
On the attention seeker one?
Oh, attention seeker one. So we got a pretty even split between ages from 18 to 35 or something like that. So the two lower brackets. So that's probably about 38% each between the two of those two. And then from then on, there's about a third of them are over 35 or whatever the three bottom tiers are.
Yeah.
1% over the last one, over 55s or whatever. So that's fuck all, obviously, because it's TikTok. Location-wise, it's 38%. No, fuck it, let's just get the real numbers. It's a lot of US. They love a cunt.
They love the conflict.
They love us saying cunt. They just get all
like in it, they love hating it.
Yeah, no, they like it's like a guilty pleasure.
Right.
How you use
you
it.
know, like it's like when white people are like in parties saying the N-word, you know, it's like a guilty pleasure. They just want to be able to say it. No one can hear it. It's that. They just want to be able to say cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what
But they just can't in
They
the
can't.
States.
They can't in States.
They can't.
They can't.
They can't.
They can't. 23% male, 77% female. To be expected, all Joni's fucking fans. 18 to 24 is 50%, 25 to 34 is 41. Fuck, those are going up a lot. And then the 35, it dropped off right off. Actually, that swung a little bit. I haven't seen that in a while. United States is 37.8, UK is 25.2, then Australia is 11.4, Canada 6.9, and then New Zealand's only 4.6.
Wow.
Except, in saying that though, Auckland's our top city.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's ranked differently. Auckland, Sydney, Brisbane, Singapore, and then Melbourne.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like we've got a strategy. We haven't fully implemented it yet, but like to go after Southeast Asia, because Southeast Asia is like such a growing market, right?
Yeah.
And Singapore's filthy rich, like that.
Yeah.
Crazy rich Asians, right? That's just what it's like over there.
Yeah.
Hong Kong, and then like places like Indonesia just growing rapidly. So we've got like this part of the strategy is. Actually, the first one happened the other day with Connor, the Nazi Lemak one where you took Joni's lunch. Oh. You know that one?
I thought that was just an accident.
No. That was Joni implementing a strategy that I told her to do, which was, so the strategy was, what if we got white people to do like real Asian things that only the Asian people were like, wait, how does he know that?
Yeah.
Like, how
Yeah,
does
I
that?
definitely didn't know it.
Yeah, he didn't know it. He had no fucking clue what was going on.
Yeah.
Joni made him do this thing. She had Nazi Lemak, gave it to him, told him, hey, what do you got for lunch? He's like, oh, Nazi Lemak. And he's like, no idea what he's just said.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
no
yeah,
idea
yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
This guy eats fucking chicken noodles for lunch. And put it up on thing. And then it was just like, how does he know what Nazi Lemak is? That's so cool. How does that white boy know what this is? Malaysians entered the chat. Like, you know, it was just comment. And it was just like me and her were like, we know if we want to grow that, we have to make them know we know them. Like we have to know what they talk about, what their food is, what their culture is. Because at the moment, all the content we make is like the Western world understands us. They all get our shit, which you can tell by demographics. But it's like, what market do we want to move in at some point in time? And the Asian market's this place that we want to go. And so It's just slowly
I'm heading up.
fucking. They're taking off more clothes than the fucking the girls yesterday.
Yeah, we're about to get into that.
Yeah, fuck it, nice.
It's quite warm in here.
Yeah. So anyway, it's just about engineering comments and where you're going and what it is. All right. Well, we're coming up to the end of the hour, right? Any last things you want to say that I've missed that I should have talked about?
Oh yeah,
please.
I had a couple questions for you. Actually.
Go. Let's do it.
I know one of them.
Yep.
What's your middle name?
Cowan.
Is that like
in the family or?
Yeah.
Yep. So it's my grandmother's maiden name. My great grandmother's maiden name.
Whoa.
Sorry. Yep. So my dad was raised by his grandmother, not his mother. So he grew up with his grandmother, and her maiden name was Cowan.
Nice.
Wow. Where does your family history sort of originate?
So my father's born in the Cook Islands, and my mother's from Waihi. Yeah. She's half German, half Irish.
Waihi.
Yeah.
I know exactly where that is.
Yeah.
If you're at a party, you're quite drunk.
Yep.
You're very excited.
Yep.
There's lots of testosterone and all the good stuff flowing through your body.
Yep.
You get pushed into a circle. What's your dance move?
Oh, fuck. I was going to quote a line, but I probably can't say the N word on here, but N don't dance, they two-step.
Okay, the two-step.
So you do a two-step.
Yeah, I'm a 90s kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the two-step.
You don't know the two-step?
No.
We'll
I
do it
might have
after.
to see it.
Yeah, we'll do it afterwards. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
It's a 50 Cent move. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, too old for you guys.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Yeah.
Childhood hero?
Childhood hero. Well, that's a bit of a tough one. Probably people I used to look up to, either wrestlers, so that was like The Rock, Undertaker, people like that, or I used to watch a lot of basketball, so Kobe Bryant was always the guy I sort of watched and looked up to as a child.
Yeah.
Definitely as a kid, yep. And it was quite cool because like I started watching him young, Kobe Bryant, and he obviously had a massive career. And when I was in my late 20s, I went to the US for the All Blacks game. I went to the Chicago for their first game over there, and I managed to watch one of his last games in LA, which was quite cool. So that was quite a cool thing because, he was epic. Like Kobe Bryant was just one of those guys. Like, I mean, he was my generation's Jordan, right? Like your generation's LeBron, ours was Kobe.
Yeah.
He was the guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah.
What's the goal with attention seeker content?
Attention seeker content's goals is to, long term, it's to grow it to our BHAG, our actual BHAG is 10 billion followers.
Wow.
Yeah, across all our brands.
Yeah.
10 mil.
10 bill.
10 bill. What are the most
Across
followers
all your
on
brands.
TikTok?
Right.
The ones that we own and manage and staff.
How many clients have you got?
I don't even know. 30 something, 40 something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Something around that. Sub 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going to be performing at your 10 billy party?
Any fucking person we want. We're 10 billion followers.
Surely.
We do whatever the fuck we
You
want.
get
be able
50
to
cents
get us.
actually. You can do the two-step in
Yeah.
front of 50 cents.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. Honestly, anything. And the reason why 10 billion, like it sounds outrageous, but we were like, how do we do this? Like we said 1 billion at first, and we're like, how do we do this? And we're like, well, it's 1,000 staff. If we had 1,000 staff at some point, which for some businesses is nothing, and and we got them all to have 1 million followers, there's 1 billion.
Yeah.
There's 1 billion followers. So like, is that doable in a long term goal? Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That is doable.
Yeah.
We could build a stable of people who could do that. Like that could be something we could do.
Yeah.
So it has to be 10 billion because otherwise 1 billion, we can already see how to do 1 billion. We have no fucking idea how to get to 10 billion.
Yeah.
Like you can't get 1 million staff to do it. I mean, you'd have to get 1 million staff to have 1 million followers. Now that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Unless they all just follow each other.
Yeah.
And then that's a bit fucking stupid, right?
They all make 1 million burner accounts. Boom.
Yeah, that's
Business model.
It's like it's done. But yeah, so that's sort of it. And once you get to 10 billion, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, look at Mr. Beast. He can do whatever he wants.
Probably do whatever you want at 1 billion.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. 10 billion, you rule the world.
You're pretty cool guy. You're the king. You're the modern
Move
day.
into Buckingham Palace.
Yeah. At 10 billy.
Yeah.
That's the office.
I would.
Yeah.
I would just go up to fucking Charles and be like, bro,
Mate.
get out. 10 billion people said.
What about in terms of like making videos or campaigns? Do you have any like favorite or like ads or videos you grew up watching probably more ads that you're like, that is.
Yeah. Like I loved. I thought the Undies Togs video was fucking great. That was a great ad.
Yeah.
I loved the Lift Plus Boys ones when
I've
they
been
came
watching
out.
those recently. Yeah.
They're fucking great. Those guys are all really good. What else with ads?
Or more recent.
Hey?
Or more recent times as well.
Yeah. I mean, those are still like
Goated.
Those are still like. I mean,
So
Undies Togs and whatever are still like real early. Bugger ads. Do you remember those
Is
ones?
that
I think.
Spade? No.
No. It was like it was a truck.
The highlights?
Yeah, the highlights.
Yeah.
When he pushes like the fence and the fence, the whole thing goes. I was like, bugger.
Yeah.
Those ads are real good.
People need to start making that kind of content again, I reckon.
Yeah. I mean, that content was so good because Bugger was still Bugger was like saying cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Nice chest.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's
growing
got,
it out.
He's got the
Doing-
most chest hair.
You must be doing some work.
I had some chest hair in about year 10,
Yeah. I mean,
but
it's not quite.
yeah,
It's not quite mine. But
That's all good though.
yeah, I got a few ingrowns though.
they're annoying.
Yeah,
Hey,
annoying.
you got to have some when you've got that many outgrown hairs.
I feel so much more comfortable now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was getting a bit hot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm on the other hand. I don't shave, but
No. I mean, you're still going through.
I shave. I
You still go
wax.
through puberty.
No. Yeah.
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 Have you had your second
Bryn's,
growth spit? or-
Bryn's 13. Bryn's my son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan's my daddy.
Yeah,
yeah.
your daddy's son.
Yeah. But 10 Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big number.
It's huge.
Almost get a blue tick at that point, eh?
Fuck, I hope so. We've been trying. They rejected our thing twice.
What sort of content do you even reckon you'd have to put out to get to that point?
10
Like,
billion.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to have 1,000 or more. You have to have maybe 10,000 accounts. You know what I mean? Like we have to be global.
That's across so many accounts, right?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
All this TikTok following.
It's
Followers.
hot.
It's just a lot of followers.
And the
It's so hot in
ventilation's
here.
not very good in here
Yeah.
either. Yeah.
It's good to talk about content.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Cool. What else?
Well,
I feel like we need to have like an arm wrestle or beer hug or something.
yeah.
You don't want that.
We could just go through our favourite swear words.
Yeah.
I'll start us off.
I'm probably not going to join in on this one.
Barnacles. We'll
Barnacles.
start PC and then go from
Is
there.
that a swear word?
Well, cuss word.
It is.
Is it?
An expression.
It's like a cover up.
An expression that I say when I'm mad, when I have to be PC.
Oh, I don't know if I have any PC swear words. I mean, mine is actually fuck. It's just so versatile.
It's a good word.
It's
Yeah.
just so versatile.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a good comedy skit that Billy Connolly does, and he says, no matter what country you're from or where you grew up or what language you speak, if someone tells you to fuck off, you know to fuck off. And just him saying that in his Scottish accent is just the funniest
So
shit
true.
ever.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. What else we got?
What another swear word?
Oh, I don't know. You tell me.
Anything.
I feel like this is your podcast now.
Thank you.
Who's your dream person to interview before you die?
Dream person. If I could only have one dream person. Oh fuck, I don't know. I would love to interview Obama. I really enjoy. I enjoy
got a
watching
great
this.
voice.
Yeah.
Barack.
Obama.
Yeah.
I want to in the next. But while we're in New York, the goal's to get Gary V on the podcast.
Wow. This trip coming up.
Yeah. So we're going to start making some attempts to try and get him to commit to it. You know, it's just about if he sees it and he sees us, he probably will say yes because it's the type of shit he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just getting him to see it. That's the thing with the millions of other shit that goes past him.
What is he making it? Is he still making the same content?
Pretty much. Like he does content across everywhere, but his same stuff is business stuff, content.
Yeah.
I'll go next. Yeah.
Oh man.
Are we all going?
It's
down
hot in
to
here,
that?
eh? Yeah.
Are we all going down to that?
Yeah.
There's enough room on the camera though.
You don't have fisheye lens or something?
Nah, no, we don't.
Oh god.
This is not sponsored.
I just wonder if it is sponsored because if it is sponsored, I want to cut.
We're getting paid a milli
We just
for
happen
this.
to have about 60 pairs at home.
Yeah.
So
Love it.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no. We need to do a laundry. We're just into our budgies now because
Fair.
dirty laundry.
You know what's going to be great, isn't it? When I text all the girls to come walk on in.
Don't mind that. We're used to being in our budgies. Being in probably one of the funniest parts of the last year and a half working for budgies is they're just still really not accepted in New Zealand.
They're
not embraced.
Not embraced.
No.
No. And we film a lot at St Heliers, Mission Bay, and we get a lot of weird looks.
Yeah.
But it's sort of what we love as well. Fizz that.
Nice.
Would you wear budgies or would you wear them?
I would wear them. Yeah, I don't mind. I always run in the undies.
Yeah.
I often don't have jogs with me.
Go for jogs in your undies.
Well, yeah.
Bit of
I've been for
Farley.
jogs and undies. Yeah, I've definitely been for jogs and undies. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm getting old.
We should get some attention seeker ones made.
But I'd be keen. I'd love it. Some attention seeker budget smugglers. Connor wouldn't wear it.
No.
Fuck no. Connor rides scooters. Yeah.
What would you ask Barack? Why him?
Oh,
Not Obama. Barack.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd be the only dream person, but I think I've just watched a lot of his interviews. I think so. When I meet a lot of people, and I've met lots of really cool people who do cool shit, and I've interviewed a lot of cool people, and I've read a lot of their books and stuff. And most of them, I read it and I get affirmation. Like I'm like, oh, what I'm thinking's right. Like I'm on the right path. I'm doing the right thing. Then I'll read or watch his stuff, and I'm like, fuck, I got so much to learn.
So you just taking your shirt off as well. Just really sinking in. Just how we casually all just like,
Yeah.
It's hot. It's hot. You gotta have cool people's boss, mate.
It's great.
Yeah.
You gotta come to the party. When people try shit on you, gotta give it back. The only reason I'm not taking my pants is because I get a lawsuit from my staff. Otherwise, my pants would be off just like yours.
We should do this off camera sometime.
Do it after hours next time when the staff aren't here. And also, pretty much as we walk out of this room, one of our brand new clients is walking in. So I probably need to keep my pants on.
Yeah. When we came in before, didn't realise, but there was a job interview happening.
Yeah.
We were just standing there with 2 pairs of budgies on underneath and all these clothes. And Ollie went and sat down and yarned to them.
I love it. Too good. Well, look, I do have to wrap this up because I do have 15 minutes and I'm getting in trouble. So unless you got any more clothes you want to take off, now's your chance.
I don't think we want that.
Yeah, now's your chance because Connor's got it live ready for you.
Done.
Awesome, gents. That was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.